Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello and lovely to meet you. My name is Alex. If you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new here and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure the notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I have a very exciting one because I am doing a full face of like makeup products that I forgot about, and even better, this is in collaboration with just a few of my angels, a few of my Patreons. I do just want to give a quick shout out to Megan, who is one of my patrons, and she actually come up with this idea for all of us to do a collab. I will leave all of the patrons, all of my angels linked down below so you can check out their channels. I'm very excited. This is obviously the finished look that I've created. I feel a bit Christmassy at the moment because of the red lip and the green scrunchie, but this is the look that I've created with a lot of makeup that I've forgotten about. I have discovered a couple of new favourites, so if you'd like to see how I create this look, then please keep watching. Let's get stuck right in. So for the first step, we are going to be using a primer, and this is one that I generally just have completely forgot about in my collection, and it's the Benefit Professional The Pearl Primer. If I'm honest, I just love my Makeup Obsession one. It's £6 and it pretty much does the same thing. So the reason I've forgotten about this is because it is just so expensive, and the last thing I want is to fall in love with something that is super expensive, because then I'm going to have to repurchase it. But the Makeup Obsession one does the exact same thing, and I kind of think that it's a little bit better. So if you're looking for like a pore filling primer, I definitely recommend the Makeup Obsession Picture Perfect Primer. So let's put some of this on. Like, this one feels a little bit more like slippery, slidey, whereas the Makeup Obsession one is a lot thicker and doesn't feel like greasy like this one does. I don't know, it's just so much better and so much more cheaper. This one is definitely more of like a creamy texture. It's very yeah, just feels a little bit too slippery. So next on to foundation. I'm not gonna lie, I do tend to switch up my foundations quite a lot just because I have so many of them and I need to, you know, try and use them up because, you know, they do go off, whereas with like palettes and stuff it doesn't really go off that quickly. So there wasn't really any particular foundation I haven't used like recently. This one is probably the only one I can think of that I haven't used like very recently, and it's my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. I just haven't used it in a while. I've used my ABH one recently. I used my Huda one recently. I literally have used like all of my foundations recently. This is like the only one I can think of that I haven't. So I haven't forgotten about this because I genuinely forgot about this. I just haven't reached for it in a while kind of thing. I absolutely love this foundation though. It's definitely more on the, like, as the name suggests, like natural side of foundations, which is probably why I don't reach for it that often, but it is beautiful. Oh, and I have mine in the shade L2 Mont Blanc, by the way. I really want the new foundation. Oh my god, I'm literally like so desperate for it. I think maybe like Missa has tried it and she absolutely loves it, and it's got like over 30, it's got like 48ml of product in it or something ridiculous like that, so I'm gonna treat myself to that soon. But let's put on this foundation and stop rambling, because otherwise this video is gonna be about 50 minutes long. I seriously don't know why I haven't used this in so long, because I mean, it is such a beautiful foundation. I absolutely love it so much. It just gives you a little subtle glow and it just looks absolutely beautiful. So the next product is genuinely something that I haven't even used yet, so I'm excited because I was meant to use this in a previous video of like new impressions, but I never got around to it. We're going to be using this. I didn't forget about it. I know I have it. I just haven't had an opportunity to use it yet. So I'm very excited. This is the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Fair. It's a contour and bronzer cream. I'm so excited. Like, I literally got this when Huda Beauty did a little sale not too long ago. I think I paid like £11 for this and I was like, I definitely need to get this. So I'm going to try this for the first time. I'm a bit nervous because I don't normally cream contour. It's not something that I've mastered yet as a makeup lover, so let's get into it. So I think I'm going to use this brush, which is a Real Techniques sculpting brush. I think this is what it's meant for anyway, and I'm just going to get a little bit of it because I'm genuinely like really scared. And let's give this a go. Why have I not done this before? I'm actually so annoyed at myself for not using this. Do you know what? I've been so scared to try this because I thought it was going to be a nightmare, like one of those products that's just not going to blend out. It's going to look too pigmented. Like at first I really thought I was going to muck this up, but oh my god, it blended out so beautifully and I'm so obsessed. I look bronzed already and I haven't even got any bronze or anything. I've literally just got foundation on. Like, I'm literally in love with this. I'm really annoyed at myself. So this gets a thumbs up from me. It was a complete first impression and I'm blown away. So next is concealer. I wanted to do my cream contour first and then go in with concealer, just in case I mucked up with anything. But the concealer that I've kind of forgotten about, because again, I do mix up my concealers every now and then because they do go off, but I've kind of like forgotten about my NARS concealers. So this is the Radiant Creamy Concealer, which kind of goes with the foundation. I have two of them. I have one in the shade Chantilly and one in the shade Vanilla. I think Vanilla's more on the like pinky tone, so I'm just going to use the Chantilly one. The reason I kind of forgot about this concealer is because it's just not my favourite. The coverage is very light to medium. It's very thin in consistency. It's not something that I tend to use. So let's get started. Okay, and this is a concealer on. It looks pretty, it's just not my favourite. Like, I feel like it just hasn't covered some areas very well. I don't know. It's just not my favourite. So now it's time to set this face in place because I'm looking very dewy now. And this is a powder that I think I bought a few months ago and I used it once and just like never used it again because of the packaging. And it's the RCMA No Colour powder. I absolutely love this. And I do switch up my powders again quite a lot because I'm such a powder person. I've got so much of it and I just use all of them. Whereas this one tends to get forgotten about on a regular basis because of how horrendous the packaging is. So I've had to actually pour it in the lid of the, you know, container because, yeah, the packaging is just horrendous. Whoever made up this packaging, I don't know why you would do that, and why have they not repackaged it? Like, this powder's been out for years. Like, surely they've received enough complaints about that. Anyway, I'm firstly going to set under my eyes and then the rest of my face. So this is the powder on, and I'm literally in love with this powder. It's so good. It literally like melts into your skin. I've literally got not one dry patch on my face right now. I'm in love with this. It's just a pain in the arse. Like, that powder packaging, no, absolutely not. I'm gonna have to empty out one of my old powders and put that in there because it's just, no, absolutely not. So for bronzer, I've got a drugstore one. It is the MUA bronzed matte bronzing powder. The only reason I've forgotten about this is because I think the colour's a bit off. I feel like it's a bit too cool toned. I don't know if it's the packaging that throws me off. I'm not entirely sure. But I feel like I could have done with the lighter shade of this. I think it's Solar 100. This is 110. But let's give it a go. I am a little bit bronzed from the Huda Tan Tour, but we're going to warm the skin up. This is the bronzer all on. It's definitely nice. It's literally like £2.50, so it's super affordable. I just feel like I need the shade that is below this one because I feel like that's a little bit more on the warm side, whereas this one is a bit more cool toned. So I honestly think I could use this for contour, but yeah, it is really good for the price. I just need to get the right shade. Next on to contour, and it's this Rimmel Coral Glow like contour palette. It has a highlight, blush and contour in it. I'm just going to be using it for the contour. The reason I haven't reached for this is just honestly because it's been sat on my drawer amongst other things that I just prefer more, and my face palette drawer is a bit out of control at the moment. I've got so many of them, so it's just not been one that I've been reaching for. I do love it though. It's not a bad contour palette. It's just, you know, not something I've been reaching for. Okay, so a spray that I've forgotten about is the MUA Pro Base Mattifying Fixing Spray. I've got tons of sprays in my collection now, and this is just one that's taken the back seat. I do really like it. It's not my favourite, which is probably why it has taken a back seat, but it is nice. I have actually used quite a lot of this, so let's get this on my face. Oof. Very aggressive spray as well, like, it's just not my favourite. It's cute though for drugstore. It's just not my favourite. That's literally just gotten absolutely everywhere. But now we can move on to highlighter. So it's safe to say that I have tons of highlighters, which means some of them, again, do just take a back seat. Like, I have my absolute favourites, and because I only wear makeup to do my videos and stuff, I tend to just reach for the same ones. But one bougie highlighter that I haven't used in absolutely ages is the Jaclyn Cosmetics loose highlighter in Extra. I have her palette and I reach for that way more than this, just because loose highlighters are a little bit messier. However, this is absolutely stunning and I love it. I just have not reached for it in absolutely ages. Okay, so this is the highlighter on, and yeah, it's just super blinding. I do like how you can choose how blinding it is though, so if you just apply a light layer it won't be super blinding, but then if you add like more layers the more blinding it is. It is super pretty. It's just very messy and that's why I don't reach for it, but this has reminded me of how much I love it. For blush, I actually have a new one that I haven't tested yet. This is one of the new sleek blushes in the shade Feeling Like a Snack, which I do feel like is a remake of the rose gold highlighter. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the shade said online Feeling Like a Snack, but like in brackets rose gold, because the rose gold one is a dupe for the NARS. So I feel like this has been repackaged and is that rose gold shade. I could be wrong though, please correct me if I'm wrong. But we're going to put this on. This is like a shimmery, pinky, peachy blush. It's beautiful. I'm only going to go in with a small amount though, because, I mean, it's quite pigmented. So let's give this a go. Oh my god, that picked up so much. Okay. Okay, so these are all of the face products. I'm now going to zoom you in and we can do the eyes. So we're going to move on to brows, and I have only been really using brow gels at the moment. So I was just like flicking through brow gels I haven't used in a while, and one of them is this. This is by Botanic Beauty. This is their Fill and Tame Brow Gel. I have it in the shade Brunette. I think this come in like a glossy box or a birch box or something like ages ago. I think it might be on glossy box. But yeah, just haven't been using this one. It's actually really good. I just, yeah, haven't been reaching for it. So let's do it. Okay, so the brows are on. They're looking a bit strong. I don't think I'm zoomed in enough. Am I? Is it because I'm sitting too far back? I don't know. But these are the brows on. They're a little bit strong today, but that is fine. We're now going to move on to the eyes. So there is a particular eye primer I haven't been reaching for, and it's this. This is the Be Perfect Prime eyeshadow priming base. I've also got the ABH one here because I don't know what type of look I'm doing, and these are the two bases I don't really reach for. But the reason I don't reach for this is because of the shade. Like, the shade is too dark for me. I wish they'd come out with like different shades of eyeshadow base, but it's just a bit too like peachy for me. I'm obviously very fair and it's just, yeah, it's just not my colour. Okay, so it's on. It's definitely a really good eye base. It's just not my shade. It pretty much is like a little bit darker than my actual skin tone. So for eyeshadow palettes, I'm not gonna lie, I could probably have included about 30 eyeshadow palettes that I have forgotten about because I just have so many. So I've just picked one from my like kind of new in section, one that I haven't actually tested yet because it's a palette that I was meant to test, but I didn't because I've literally got so many eyeshadow palettes. So we are going to be using the Makeup Obsession Golden Honey palette. It's still in the packaging. I literally just have not even touched this. So we're going to create a nice little nude look. I know I've been doing a lot of like neutral looks this week, but hopefully next week I can make it a little bit more colourful. So this is what the Golden Honey palette looks like. And yeah, it is just like a basic... did I just put my finger? Oh, I thought I put my finger in it then. It's just like a basic neutral palette. It is so pretty though. Like I did buy it because I do love a good nude palette. But yeah, it's nothing special. It's just one that I have not even touched yet. I was gonna do the ABH Norvina palette, but I feel like that needs its own video. Like it's special, it needs its own tutorial. So yeah, I'm gonna just include this palette in this video, so let's get started. So I'm firstly gonna take this shade here, which is called All the Shade, and I'm gonna whack that in my crease. I'm just gonna take the shade below it, which is called Hustler, and I'm just going to deepen up my crease. And then I'm going to take the shade Neutral, which is a bit on the grey side, but I'm going to use it to blend that out anyway. And yeah, I'm just going to blend the crease. Okay, and for my inner and outer corner, I'm going to take this shade here, which is called Tan Me. This is a very rich, warm shade. It's very beautiful. And then I'm just going to go back in with that first shade, which is called All the Shade. And just use that to kind of just like blend all the shades together in the crease. Just feel like it went a little bit harsh. And then just going to take the brush that I was blending it out with and just use that to slightly blend the edges. This brush is so good for blending. It's that Spectrum B07 brush that come in the glossy box this month. So if you did get it, I would definitely recommend using it to blend out the crease shade because it works a treat. Okay, so there's a lot of shimmers to choose from in this palette. I feel like I want to go in with the shade that is called Honey Baby. It is like a stunning like gold shade. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I think we need to bring like a true gold into this, so I'm going to use that shade. We're not going to do anything fancy. We're just going to put that shade in the middle of my lid. Let's see if this is going to pick up on the brush and see what the formula's like. Okay, so that shade was really pigmented. I absolutely love Makeup Obsession. Like their eyeshadow palettes are incredible. This is so beautiful. So if you like your neutral palettes, then I think this is a really good one. I really like the shades, and the shimmers worked absolutely fine on their own. I just wanted to use my finger on the last bit just to see if it would intensify it, and it did ever so slightly, but you generally can just use them dry and they work so good. So I'm just going to go back in with this brush and it just kind of just like blend the outer and inner corners a little bit, just so it doesn't look so kind of obvious. So for my lower lash line, I feel like I need to go in with like a darker shade. So I think I'm going to take this one here, which is called Hot Pursuit. Because it is a little bit more dark and it's on a little bit of the purpley side as well. So let's try this out. Okay, that shade was really beautiful and pigmented, like literal minimum effort has gone into this look and I'm really impressed. So for my inner corner and brow bone, I feel like there's only one option, and the lightest shimmer in the palette is this, which is called Drop It Like It's Hot, and it's a little bit more on the pink side, if you can see that, like the pinky icy shade. So let's get to testing. I hope that this is good. Okay, and this is the completed eye look. So I'm going to do mascara for today's look just because, I don't know, I feel like this look would be fine with just mascara, and to be honest, I don't do a lot of looks with just mascara, and I feel like some people, I don't know, maybe would appreciate that. So for mascara, it's one that I absolutely love, but I just haven't reached for because it is high end, and I don't know, I just feel guilty, like, not guilty, but recommending high-end mascaras is just a bit pants really, because they're so expensive, and for something that only lasts like 6 months, I don't know, it's just so expensive. So the mascara I'm talking about is the Benefit Bad Girl Bang. If I'm honest, I've had this for over 6 months, almost a year, so don't follow my footsteps. Just make sure you throw out your mascaras every once in a while because they shouldn't be lasting this long. So this is the mascara on, and yeah, I just absolutely love this. It just is so easy to apply, like it just makes your eyelashes like black and like thick and volumized like as soon as possible. It doesn't take like tons and tons of layers. So if you are looking for a new high-end if you are looking for a new high-end mascara, then I do recommend this. It is really, really good. So I'm going to zoom you out and then we can do the lips and finish off this video. Right, so we're on to the last step, which is lips, and this is actually a Fenty lip paint because I have 3 of these. I have a nude one, a purple one and a red. Oh, would a red go with this look, do you think? Because I haven't actually used my red one. I've used this one. You know what? Screw it. Let's use a red lip. I'm going to go and get that and we can apply it. So this is the one I've got from Fenty. This is in the shade Uncensored. And as I said, I've not actually used this yet. I've used the nude one and I haven't used the purple one. But I've had these for a few months now. And I just don't really wear red lips a lot, if I'm honest. I do like red lips on me, but I don't know, I just haven't worn them. So we're going to be using this. These lip paints are super like runny. They're really good. I like the formula, but they are a bit runny. There's a reason that I don't wear red lips very often, and it's because it's just such a messy task. Like, I had to correct my lip line like so much just then, but apart from that, I absolutely love the Fenty lip paint formula. It is unreal. It just dries down, but it feels so comfortable on the lips and it looks really, really smooth. So yeah, I do like red lips on me. They're just incredibly messy. But this is the completed look. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like I haven't sat down and done like a full face video in forever. So I do, again, just want to give a quick shout out to Megan for coming up with the idea for the collab. And of course, do not forget to check out my angels down below in the description. I will link all of their channels down below. Thank you again, guys, for collaborating with me. I had such fun with this video and I have discovered new favourites in this video, especially the Hoodoo Tantor. Like, I'm going to be using that very much now. I'm going to be using that a whole lot more now. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Let me know down below what you think of the look that I created. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below and I will see you in my next video. Bye!